Hi guys, we're back with The Life of Fishes. Oh, my fish food's in that other thing. The Life of Fishes. Those bass are fast. They're built for speed. All right, so what we're doing is working on the recall, and so we've already trained all of these guys. I do like to end the session with this, but again, a lot of what I'm doing is really just observing and all that. I'm not getting out here. I mean, I'm really not even prepared right now if I was needed to call one of them because of, you know, think up more crazy ideas. Oh, there's a baby bass right there. They're following me. Wow. That'd be cool. That'd be cool with the GoPro.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got that GoPro. If you know how to get it set up better.
Yeah.
All right, come on. All right, so I'm looking for a chance. I will tell you guys, if you're working in a group, you know, with one like this, I like that group. When you get, you know, I like having that green collar on that dog every day. I tell Crystal every day, put that green collar on that dog. I'm getting around that corner. Oh, in those bushes. Oh, wait till they disappear. Marble! Good boy. Good boy. So what that was I was only, I went up to 40. I was probably tap 20 and 40. I don't know. I think the deer have been squishing this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, you know, my little black shepherd's in the bushes over there. I'll tell you the same thing. Bada! Tell you what we call that. Yeah, some guy, Steve, saw Farah on the videos and wanted to buy her. I was like, oh boy. I said, no, I don't think she's... All right, look, she's going back over there. It was one of my previous clients. Bada! So I'm going to tell you what that was. That was up to almost, Bada, 40. But I went pop, 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 because that dog disappeared into the bushes, the same place, twice. All right, come on. Which makes me suspect, I'm telling you, Crystal, we've got to get a trail right through the middle. Because then that would kind of, you know, switch up our walks a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that marble's behind you. You know, then we could have a cut through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, Farah's back over there. And this is how they do, you guys. Bada! And I'm going to tell you what, that was 54, Steve, and that was pop, pop, pop. All right, whatever's over there, Leisha's going over there now, smelling it. Crystal's, wasn't there something there the other day? Remember I was going to... All right, get on here. Oh, no, he's going to go find it. Look, see, he got a whiff of it. Marble! That was the nick right there, you guys. That was my nick. Good boy. That was my nick on 40. Bada! Is it deer poop or something? Crystal, the camera should be looking where you're looking.
Oh, well, it's nothing. It's...
All right, listen. I was in Indian guides in 2nd grade. Get out of the way. Let me look. It's never nothing. It's not nothing.
Okay, let's go. Go.
Marble! And I'm going to tell you what happened right there, you guys. That little dog went in those bushes, and so I did two things. One of them wasn't panic. I moved away I turned up my neck, and you do want to have a certain tone of calling. I wanted to make it obvious with the tone of my voice, you know, that I was moving away. Rish! I'll tell you who's Johnny on the spot, Rish. I'll tell you who likes the... Ouch! The treats, Rish. I'll tell you who likes my fingers, Rish. Anyway, if we had a trail that we could cut through the middle, it would have to be like directly through the middle. Then we could say, oh, Crystal, we don't have time to do the full walk today. Let's just take the shortcut. Let's take the shortcut through the woods. You know, and this sets us up for all kind of... Okay, I'm going to tell you what happens right there. When one goes where I can't see it, oh, they got a little sense of it and came back. And I want you to know they will. And, you know, I was showing Crystal that day about the psychic recall on the deaf ones. But a lot of it, and, you know, I'm not saying that that isn't, you know, some kind of possibility. Bada! I'll tell you why I did that, Steve, because she was running. But I will tell you, it ends up being a lot of it, the cadence of how you've taught them the recall and stuff. Because there's a particular cadence to it. You're calling them back. I mean, we're not just getting out there. Even though I'm going to move our old swing down by the pond, I told Crystal, we'll just sit out there for hours pondering life, listening to Dave, coming up with more suggestions for Dave. No, I'm not allowed to come up with any more suggestions for Dave. I'm telling you, they asked for suggestions. They just didn't like any of mine. No, it's a problem. It wasn't that they didn't like suggestions. They just didn't like any of them. You know, but you see, we can just have the swing out here, Crystal. Even, you know,
Yeah.
right here, just nice, relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
better
over
place
there.
to put it might be kind of over in the corner. And
Yeah.
Lori and them, we don't want them to have to cut around it.
Right.
Just a nice, relaxing. Well, I'm gonna get that little dog out of the water. God forbid, Dave should be busting out on YouTube. If you've got a new album coming out, from what I've seen, the way they do it on there is they start, you know, put a bunch of hype on YouTube, and from what I can see, it works. You know, about buying the album, where else do people get information? I mean, I don't know. Do you, Crystal?
Mm-mm.
I mean, is really iTunes and all that crap that popular?
I don't think so. I've never even...
You have to buy it and stuff?
No.
I've never used that.
I've never have either.
I think my friend, I had this friend Pete, I gotta look him up, Pete Marshall, he was in the Army. He was one that turned me on to it. It was some file sharing site. But your Bada! I hope you saw that, because I'll tell you what, now, that was Slingshot with Interference. And that was because I had her at the ready, Steve. I can't remember what it was, but, you know, I guess it was, I don't know whether it was bootleg, or I don't know, I mean. I need to look up Pete. He was my friend. No! Anyway, so I don't know. You know, and that's what I told Crystal, you know, and I mean, not that Dave watches the show, but you know, if Dave wasn't cute, it really wouldn't work as good. The guy with the fray, with this guy, I would say, you know, kind of like on that show, Mrs. Doubtfire. How far back, you know, because, you know, they were like, because she was so homely and everything, the guy was like, oh, can you back the camera up a little bit? And I was like, how far back do you want me to go, Cleveland? You know, because like, no backing up's going to make this chick look any better. Dave's cute. I mean, Chuck is cute. Brian Fallon's cute. They're all cute. You know, Dave's better looking than he ever has been in his life. And there are some guys that are like that. I try to warn these girls. When they think these guys in high school are so cute, I tell them, later, you're going to go back and you're going to realize. Believe me, I wish I could go. Remind me to do that later, Crystal. Go look up these guys in high school.
Oh, jeez, I know.
Cute.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not even really sure what we were basing the whole shoot or whatever on. But I can assure you, sort of like the Sylvester Stallone syndrome and the William Shatner syndrome. You couldn't drag me kicking and screaming near these people. But before, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, you high school, I wanted to marry Sylvester Stallone. I remember one time I lied to my parents, not that they watch my show, thank God. Crystal's like, oh God, I gotta hear this. And told them I was going to the movies. And, we never went to the movies. I don't know where we went. I think we went to this, marble foosball place. And I don't even know what we did. We're up to no good, I'm sure. Anyway, they confronted me when I got home. Oh, who won the fight? Uh-oh. Yeah. I wasn't one of those crafty kids that, got the movie all figured out, and they were thinking, we're about to break the case here. This is the French Connection, basically, these people. Anyway, I guess we gotta go. Try to get some slow-mos. Bye.